Okay, thanks very much for joining us today. So today we're going to be talking to you about unlimited holidays, which is one of the things that's gained quite a lot of popularity over the last year or two, certainly during COVID. So just by way of introduction, my name is Kerry Chown. I'm the director of Cobalt HR. I'm just going to ask my two colleagues and fellow presenters to just introduce themselves. So if I could ask Fanny first, please.
Thank you, Kerry. Hello, everyone. My name is Fanny Fejes, and I've been with Cobalt HR with 8 months now, and I'm a HR officer. And I'm really excited to be here because I think it's a really interesting topic, and we'll discover what it means. Thank you.
So I'm Zoe. I am basically a work experience student from Cardiff Uni, and I've been with Cobalt now for 3 months. And yeah, this is just a really interesting topic, so hope you like it.
Fab. Okay, so if we have a little look at our slides then, so this is one of a range of topics we've looked at recently because many of our clients have expressed an interest in things like unlimited holidays and the 4-day week. There's been a recent trial across the UK around whether organisations should offer that. So we've been looking at that as well. And it's our approach to being proactive with our clients and trying to provide information on different things that may help their business performance. And the key way that people can improve their business performance is via their people and making sure that they're able to contribute to their best. So on the slide, you can see some of the companies we currently work for. So quite a few in sport, but also digital technology, accountancy, and we've got a range of others as well, but quite a cross section, mainly third sector and private sector. But we'll work with any organisation that's got a real passion to help their people be the best they can be. So I'm now going to hand over to Fanny. Fanny's going to sort of lay the foundation really for this whole idea around unlimited holidays.
So if you are happy to tell us, we would love to know why you're here and your reasons for attending, your goals, your expectations. So please feel free to leave a comment in the chat and I will read them out in a minute. Unlimited holidays is quite an innovative idea, and you might have heard about it and it sounded intriguing. You want to know more about it and you're curious about how you can make it work or to see if it works at all. And you might be curious about how other companies implemented it and what their experiences were. And perhaps you are considering it seriously and want to make sure you have a good understanding of it. And in any case, you are at the right place because we are going to cover these. And if you feel you have questions unanswered, you can raise them in the chat. Exploring ways our organization might adapt flexible working to retain and attract staff, including 4-day weeks, 9-day fortnights, and unlimited holidays. Thank you for that, Andrew. And yeah, I think it's really important that organizations consider flexible approaches and to retain and attract staff. So thank you for that. So we are going to now move on to the agenda. We have a really exciting topic to discuss today about unlimited holidays. We are going to go through the definition and what unlimited holiday is. We are going to talk about the popularity of it. So more people know about it, but do organizations actually implement it? And we are also going to talk about the benefits and the challenges that come with unlimited holidays. We are going to look at a case study and how employees reacted to this new perk being implemented. How can the impracticalities be managed? We are going to see what challenges surround unlimited holidays and how this can be managed so that unlimited holidays bring the positive outcome that we want. And then at the end, we're going to have a summary and a question section. The webinar will last for approximately 40 minutes with allocated time for questions at the end. And I would like to inform you that the webinar is being recorded and it will be sent out to attendees after the event. There will be a poll and commenting opportunities throughout, so we encourage you to participate and get the most out of this experience. If you have questions, you can leave them in the chat and they will be answered by the end of the webinar. Let's get into it. So we're going to look at the definition of unlimited holidays. What is it exactly? So unlimited holiday is a policy that states that there is no limit on the number of days employees can take as annual leave each year. The policy originates from Silicon Valley, where companies began allowing their employees to take unlimited annual leave. But this was often under the condition that their work was completed first. Or as advertised often, work hard and take the time off when you need it. Some of the companies that have taken up the policy include Netflix, LinkedIn, Virgin, and Bumble. And one of the reasons for this uptake was to attract and retain employees. Like Andrew said, that this is the goal, to attract employees and retain them. And it sounds like the ultimate perk, right? You look at the job advert, oh, they offer unlimited holidays. Now they are special, I'm going to apply for this job. But the policy is growing in popularity in the US. Unlimited holidays are less common in the UK. As of summer 2021, only 1% of employers on Indeed were offering unlimited annual leave. So with that in mind, I would like you to raise your virtual hand if you know anyone who offers unlimited holidays to their staff. And if you know about how they experience it, feel free to share it with us in the chat, because it's just interesting to know. It would be great to know about more case studies, whether they were successful or not. Did it affect the number of applications? Were they able to retain staff or boost the morale by offering it? Did they achieve the goal? It is a really intriguing topic, so if you can share your own or others' experience, it can be valuable for everyone attending to see how it works in real life. So if you have some experiences or some others' experiences, feel free to share them in the chat and we might come back to it. And so you may be wondering what the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development, in other words, CIPD, the professional body of HR and learning and development profession, has to say about unlimited holidays. As you can see on the slide, CIPD stated that for unlimited leave to work, you need to have a workplace culture where it's acceptable to take the leave and offer. It should also not be used to allow unhealthy working practices to go unchallenged. Employers can better support their employees' well-being by making sure they are not working overly long hours, taking the leave they are entitled to, and not dealing with unmanageable workloads. So in summary, it is clear that unlimited holidays need careful consideration and they need to be well managed. Now I'm going to hand you over to Zoe, who's going to talk about the popularity of it.
So yeah, you may be wondering how popular unlimited holidays are. As mentioned, the policy is still relatively new in the UK, but it is growing in popularity. According to the job website Reed, they have experienced a 20% increase in the number of job openings on the site that offered unlimited holidays. Unlimited holidays tend to work best for companies who can be flexible about working hours and targets, so you might find it suits a company in the knowledge sector a lot better than a company in the hospitality sector, for example. So following on from that, what are the positives and negatives? In terms of benefits, there are a lot of benefits. Firstly, it can encourage productivity since staff feel happier and trusted. It also encourages an atmosphere of trust and enthusiasm within the workplace, as well as giving staff more freedom. This freedom can help staff to manage their work-life balance better, feel less stressed and anxious, and also prevent burnout. It can be especially helpful for parents, guardians, and carers who may need to take days off for caring responsibilities or even just like a school play instead of having to take it out of their minimum holiday leave. When it comes to recruitment, as Fanny mentioned, it can be a really attractive policy to promote. Including this policy can also help you attract more talented individuals to apply for a job role in your company. As well as this, those organisations who ditch paid leave for unlimited holidays can also save a lot of money on unused leave liabilities that would otherwise be paid to leaving employees. I'll now hand back to Fanny.
Thank you. So I would like to ask you to leave your comments in the chat about what you think is the top barrier to implementing unlimited holidays effectively. Now we looked at the benefits, but challenges surround it as well. So I'm just wondering what you think is the biggest barrier that stops unlimited holidays be effective. And I will leave about 1 minute for the comments now. So Andrew says that confidence, trust that output will be maintained, particularly with the shift to remote working. So there is an element of trust and what the culture is in the company, and confidence that people actually do the work before they go on their unlimited holidays. A reliable way to measure output to assess if the policy has worked or not. So measuring if the implemented practice actually works or not. Was it cost effective? Did we achieve the desired results?
I think some of those are really valuable points. And for me, they come largely down to performance management. Sometimes we've still got this impression in our head that if people are working from home, maybe they're not working as hard as they are if they're working in the office where we can see them. And it's a bit of a traditional value. And I think there's work for us to do as a society to try and make our performance management more based on outputs and contribution rather than what time they're available or what time they're within our site. So I think there's some work to do on that. And it's something that we're really interested in. So watch this space. Okay, so if I can hand back to Fanny, please.
Thank you for your engagement in this. So now we are going to look at the disadvantages. While there are benefits to the policy, there are also disadvantages or challenges to it. While large companies may be able to cover staff absence, smaller companies with the limited staff could find that the policy leaves them without enough staff in work. And this could result in less productivity, as well as increased strain on the employees who are left to cover staff absence. It may therefore limit the success of the company and damage the well-being of its employees, which is not ideal. Furthermore, the employees who take less holiday may begin to resent those who take more, creating a negative atmosphere. So this highlights the importance of culture at the beginning. Additionally, there is evidence to suggest that policy can result in less holidays being taken. And this is because employees may feel guilty about taking holidays if the employer demands a high output of work. They may also fear appearing uncommitted to or too relaxed, as well as fearing having to face an unmanageable workload when they return to work. Employees may also worry about being discriminated against in terms of promotions if they do utilize the policy. Those against unlimited holidays sometimes refer to it as another work perk that promises so much and delivers so little. So it's important to understand why it might not work for everyone. And it's important to address what the reasons behind it. And in order to understand this better, I will now introduce a case study of a company who tried implementing unlimited holidays, but found that it didn't work for them. So we have Charlie HR here, and Charlie HR was set up in 2015. They introduced unlimited holidays from the outset, and they provided all staff with unlimited full paid holiday days. However, while they introduced the policy with good intentions, they concluded that it didn't work for them. And here is why. Rather than taking loads of holiday, as you may initially expect, staff actually didn't take enough. And this was due to a lack of guidance on how much staff actually should take. And they also found that the policy increased anxiety surrounding annual leave rather than reducing it. The company also found that the unlimited holidays increased the pressure placed on staff who didn't take as much holiday as others, since they had to cover the workload in the absence of their colleagues. There were also a gap between those who could afford to take holiday and those who couldn't, which resulted from the variation in roles and salaries within the company. Now I'm going to hand you over to Zoe, who's going to talk about how employers can manage the impracticalities.
So how can you manage these impracticalities to make unlimited holidays an effective policy? So firstly, employers must ensure that employees are still taking their statutory minimum holiday entitlement. This could be achieved by specifying a minimum number of days that an employee should take as annual leave, and then allow unlimited holidays in addition to those days. You could also put restrictions in place to allow employers to maintain high performance targets and output. So these could include minimum output targets that employees must meet in order to receive unlimited holiday entitlement. So you could make it like a perk that they can unlock. Carryover periods must also be managed in a way that does not negatively impact the company or its employees. And there must be no discrimination as to who gets to take holiday and when. Furthermore, in order for this policy to be successful, the employees must feel encouraged to use it, and you must tailor the policy to your company and its employees. So in summary, unlimited holidays can be a really great policy. It can encourage productivity, create a positive work environment, and help employees' well-being. However, if implemented wrong, it can also result in employees not taking enough days off, cause divisions within a team, and lower productivity if not properly managed, as well as reducing the well-being of staff due to stress. Importantly, just because it's not widespread in the UK at the moment doesn't mean it can't be a positive addition to your company's policies. It does, however, mean that the reasons for it not being used by companies so far and the reasons why companies have abandoned the policy should be considered. So for this to be a policy that is made effective, we advise the following. Firstly, make sure that you have a work culture in which employees are encouraged to take more time off and are still expected to take the minimum amount of time off. Secondly, ensure there is no discrimination as a result of the policy. For it to work, employees should not fear it affecting their chances of promotion, etc. Thirdly, ensure the policy does not damage the morale of your team. You could do this by holding regular meetings or adding a question to your employee engagement survey. You must also manage carryover periods effectively in order to make sure there's not a negative knock-on effect. And lastly, but you could also put in place realistic targets that must be met in order for employees to unlock unlimited holidays as a perk. So I'll now hand back to Fanny.
Thank you, Zoe. So out of interest, how many of you think that unlimited holidays should be considered by more companies in the future? So I'm going to put a poll up now, and I would like to ask you to vote yes or no to this question, and then we will share the result. So John said yes, thank you. So we don't have a poll, but if you could type a message in the comment chat, the chat section, that would be amazing. So we have 100% for yes so far. Qualified yes, wherever possible and appropriate should consider. Yeah, so it depends on the industry, whether you can cover for staff, whether you have the right culture at the outset, and yeah, a lot of things to consider, really. So thanks very much for your engagement today, and we hope that you have taken out value from attending this webinar. On the next slide, we have all the references we used in this webinar. And if you are interested in the topic, you can check these sources.